So what if I told you that many chronic diseases such as autoimmune conditions, thyroid issues, digestive gut health issues, skin issues, and of course, mental health all stem from the silent perpetrator of stress. So stress is one of these things that we all deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's probably more common than what people think, especially when you think about our modern day society. Stress is just as frequent and prevalent, such as breathing, sleeping, exercising, and eating. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the different types of stress and what we can do to approach it so that we can develop preventative health measures so that we don't develop chronic disease and use it to our advantage and help us live. My name is Dr. Jason Yuan, and on this channel, I teach you about the science of integrative medicine to help you, again, live a happier, healthier life. So as we know, stress is part of your sympathetic nervous system, which is that fight or flight nervous system, which is activated when there is a threat to our body or survival. Now, this type of nervous system has been developed over many years through evolution to help us run away and survive against predators such as tigers and lions and etc. But nowadays we don't have tigers, lions, or any sort of threats to us that we face when we walk out in the world. Rather, we deal with more internal stress that we deal with from our work, from relationships, from finances, from people. And this type of stress is very important to identify because, again, stress is the number one silent perpetrator to developing chronic disease, which means when you have more stress in your body, when your sympathetic nervous system gets overactivated, it creates more problem than good. With that, you have a high shift in cortisol, which again is to help lower the inflammation in your body, but doing that over time causes much more difficult issues in your body, such as repair, to digest food, and basically a disruption of your parasympathetic nervous system, which is to do those two exact things, to rest and digest, to heal your body and to absorb your nutrients. So, speaking of stress, we want to make sure that in our lives we identify the key areas that is causing us stress and also the key areas in our body. And this is really important because, as I say, there are issues in your tissues, and stress is really an energy in motion that is stuck in our body. And part of how we deal with stress is, of course, you can go the conventional route and take certain medications to, correct certain neurotransmitter imbalances that might be present. But what I also advocate and I recommend for everyone to explore is to take more holistic approaches to addressing the stress in your life, right? Just because you're taking this medication that is supposed to help you feel less anxious, to help you feel less depressed, doesn't really mean that it will fix the actual problem in your life that is creating this stress and anxiety. And one of the ways that we can manage this stress, right, to manage this overreaction of your sympathetic nervous system is to use different modalities that I use for myself. And one of the key modalities I use is meditation. So meditation simply means the practice of awareness. Okay, a lot of people get confused with meditation thinking that it's just about closing your eyes and sitting in silence, where in fact that meditation is actually a really powerful tool to train your mind and your focus. Because what happens is, for many of us, right, when we get stressed, when we get anxious, when we get depressed, we automatically jump into those thought forms, and those thought forms will trigger our sympathetic nervous system, okay? These thoughts and our nervous system, there is no communication, right? Our nervous system doesn't understand why we're stressed, but it is following that stress mentality. So when you practice meditation, what happens is you become aware of the thoughts and emotions that are stressful, but through your awareness, through your judgment, you no longer attach the emotion with that thought, okay? So an analogy I describe is sometimes when you get a stressful thought or emotion coming into your head, it's like a horse. It's like a horse running through a field. And so many of us have been programmed, conditioned. When that horse comes, we take that thought and we go for a ride, right? It takes us down the rabbit hole. We go through all the possibilities of things that can go wrong. And in turn, our nervous system, right, reflects that, right? We get overactivated, cortisol goes up, inflammation goes up, and we feel terrible. So it's really, really, really important to train our mind to, again, decondition ourselves from the automatic responses that we have to stress, to the emotion of stress when it comes to these situations. And when you practice it over time, you are able to deal with a situation in a much more efficient and effective way. Now, it won't solve the problem, it won't magically make the problem disappear, but again, it will help you have a clearer mind to take the right actions to solve it, right? Without feeling that tension and stress in your body. Now, that's the first way, which is meditation, which is something I highly recommend for everyone to do because it's practically free and you can do it whenever, wherever. The second tool that I recommend is a little bit different, and this is a new field in science called Biofield Therapies. Okay, so let me explain this one to you. So Biofield Therapies is the science of using this invisible energetic field around your body called the biofield. Okay, so this biofield is this field of energy and information that influences the physiological health of your body. Okay, so think of Mother Earth, right? Earth has the physical Earth ball, but there's a electromagnetic field that we can't see that surrounds the Earth. Same thing when you have a cell phone, right? You have the physical cell phone, but then also you have the battery, which has a certain charge and keeps the cell phone running. So this concept of biofield relates to the concept of energy. So this concept of energy is not new. It's been found in many different types of ancient practices, such as acupuncture, such as in Ayurveda, which is a traditional Indian healing modality. It is present in shamanic and ancient indigenous peoples' healing practices. So energy, chi, prana, all of these are different names to outline the biofield, okay? And like I mentioned before, energy, your emotions, stress, these are all different imprints on our energetic field, okay? So just as stress has a physical impact on your body, there's an impact on your biofield, on your energy, okay? And one of the best ways to alleviate the symptoms of stress is to work on this biofield, okay? And how we can work on this is there's many other tools, like I've mentioned. You can do acupuncture, you can do what's called biofield therapies, which is different practices that focus on removing this energy, this negative congested energy that is present in your body. And how I describe this is really, really simple. Just like how we have physical hygiene, right? When we touch something dirty, we wash our hands. At the end of the day, we take a shower to wash our body for physical hygiene. The same thing we must do for our energetic hygiene, okay? So when we touch something dirty, we wash our hands. And energetically, when we come into contact with things that are, again, energetically stressful, you know, it might be anxious day at work, it might be someone telling you a depressing story, and you pick up on that energy. Or, of course, you experience some stress and trauma in your day, and that energy comes up. So that energy is there, it's present, and just like physical hygiene, energetic hygiene, we want to clean that away. And using biofield therapies, like the one that I recommend, which is Pranic Healing, basically we're able to wash away and remove that energetic congestion and allows and restores the proper energetic flow in our body. So just like how your blood needs to flow, this energy also has to flow in your body as well. And this is really important because when we talk about disease from many different angles, but from more of an integrative medicine example and more from a traditional example, when this energy is stuck in your body, right? When you have a lot of stuck energy and that builds up over time, this is where it creates disease, okay? And this is connected to, again, your emotions of stress, because your emotions, your thought forms are usually the first signs that something is going wrong in your body. When you finally have the physical disease come up, that is actually, it's been there a while. It's taken its time and it already has materialized. So this is why we say disease first manifests or shows up in the energetic form, in your biofield. Okay, so I know this concept is a little bit different, but follow me here. So when we work on your energy, okay, just like how we use meditation too. Meditation is another form, another way of directing this energy in your body. What we want is to make sure that the energy is flowing fluidly and without obstruction in your body, okay? Just like the example of your blood flow, just like with the example of your phone charge, the charge in your phone, you want to make sure your battery and your phone is in sync, right? The battery is being charged and your phone is able to do the certain function it needs based on its energetic requirement, okay? So this is really important because, again, this stress, this emotions, it connects to so many different areas in your body, related to your nervous system, but also related to this new field called Biofield Therapies. And that's why I'm so excited, so passionate about talking to you about this, because this Biofield therapy has really, really helped me in my life, because it's helped me identify when stress comes up, when any triggers come up, and I feel it in my body, in my tissues, and it's an energy, right? It's almost like a feeling that is non-physical, but I know that there's certain tension there. I am able to use these tools and to work on my body, use meditation, use different practices, in addition to the physical conventional medicine that I use, which is of course diet, exercise, sleep, but also using these biofield therapies helps me get so much better, so much calmer, so much quicker, and again, helps me prevent myself from developing long-term chronic disease from being overwhelmed with such things such as stress. Okay, so I'll make more videos on biofield therapies, but with the emotion of stress, it is something that we all deal with on a day-to-day basis, and things like meditation, biofield therapies, in addition to everything else that you do, right? Yoga, biking, running, walking, any type of exercise, any type of hobbies will help you kind of move, transition, and help you feel better because you are doing something that you enjoy. Okay, so again, this video was to talk about how we can identify the different forms of stress in our life and how we can take different approaches like meditation, like using biofield therapies to support our body's overall health. Okay, now if you're interested in a consultation and looking at one of these modalities, whether it's meditation, whether it's biofield therapies, or whether you're looking at integrative medicine to support your body through different functional approaches, feel free to check my link in the bio for a consultation. And again, if you've enjoyed this video, I would love to hear about your experience dealing with stress and the different tools that you might use on a daily basis to help others as well. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. My name is Dr. Jason Yuan. I hope you take care and enjoy the rest of your day.